Today we're going to be continuing the Heroes in Crisis storyline with issue number 8. This storyline is about a location known as Sanctuary, where superheroes who are struggling with PTSD or just the idea of being a superhero can go and anonymously speak to a robotic psychiatrist to help them get through it. But recently, everyone at Sanctuary died, including Wally West and Roy Harper. But as Superman was telling the world the truth about Sanctuary and that their superheroes needed to heal, and Batman and Flash were trying to solve the murders, we discovered that Wally West himself is seemingly the killer. And now the question remains, how did Wally West do it? This is the Comicstorian channel, considered one of the weird parts of YouTube, where we break down the stories of your favorite pop culture icons, video games, and comic books, and give them to you in an audio drama fashion. Today, we'll be doing Heroes in Crisis number 8, and the entire playlist is down below. Wally West looks up into the camera as blood splatters on the wall behind him. My name is Wally West. I'm the fastest man alive. This is my confession. He begins. He had been at Sanctuary for a little over 3 weeks. He was there, like so many others, to recover. He had to look at himself to see why things hit him so hard. He was starting to get there. Like Narc, like Red Devil, like Roy, Poison Ivy, Commander Steel. It was good. I was getting there, I think. Yet, Wally realized the problem. He was alone in his pain. Sanctuary kept telling him that he wasn't alone, that everything he was going through, a lot of other heroes were going through as well. They're all heroes. They're all struggling. They're all going through this together. I didn't believe it. I feel like this pain can't be in the others, or I'd see it. I'd see them suffering like I suffer. Wally believed that he was the crazy one, that he was the messed up one, that everyone else was cool, that only he had to deal with these problems, everyone else can just get through it. It was Linda. Not her fault or anything, just the fact that he couldn't talk to her. In this timeline, his wife, she wasn't his wife, but he remembered her. He remembered that timeline. He remembered his kids. We used to share everything. She was the only one that I could talk to. I wanted to tell her and I couldn't. Wally is now running. Images of the others at Sanctuary seem to flash by, yet he believes that Sanctuary must be fake. It was all created for him. The others must be lying. Why keep it anonymous? Why not let everyone suffer together? He was the symbol of hope. The others knew what he lost, but he somehow got through it, didn't he? He runs faster and the Speed Force begins to crackle around him. He needed to see the others, yet Sanctuary wouldn't allow it. It was all anonymous, and the data for the confessions was deleted immediately. Yet that didn't matter to the fastest man alive. So Wally, he ran faster. He stared at the camera, sadness and horror on his face, and in an instant, I experienced 1,000 heroes in crisis. For an instant, I wasn't alone. And in that instant, I broke. Wally comes flying out of the house, his actions having set off the alarm system that now blares throughout Sanctuary, warning the other heroes, and they all exit immediately. Tears are streaming down Wally's face as he stops in the field outside, energy crackling around him, Speed Force flowing through his veins. He knew that they would find him, they would see what he had done, that he had looked into the anonymous tapes. The guilt filled him, and with the sight of all that pain, he lost control. The others grew closer as the Speed Force unleashed. Energy lashing out, striking everyone around him, launching them away, killing them instantly. Wally didn't wait. He ran back inside. He reprogrammed Sanctuary. He had control of it now. And quickly he finds the last 2 that hadn't left to see the alarm. For whatever their reason, they didn't leave, or they didn't hear it, or maybe they were busy, or they just thought the others were going to get it. But Booster Gold and Harley Quinn were left. So he moves fast, faster than they can see. Instead of leaving, he puts them back inside their chambers. Unknown to her, Harley is in her chamber, watching Booster Gold kill Wally West. It's all a simulation created by Sanctuary. But they wouldn't know that, would they? You see, Booster could then watch Harley kill Wally West, so they each watched the other one kill Wally West. But since he moved them so quickly, they wouldn't know. They had no idea they were still in the simulation. As far as they both were concerned, they were both right. Wally stole Booster's tech, jumping forward 5 days into the future, and he found himself standing in a field with the resurrected Poison Ivy. Words were exchanged. Poison Ivy looking between the 2 Wallys, confused. He killed himself quickly. He brought that dead Wally back in time. He runs fast, faster than anyone could have imagined, setting up a crime scene, setting it up to look like either Booster or Harley could have done it. Wally had spent his entire life working alongside one of the greatest crime scene investigators of all time. He knew what everyone would look for, so he put his body next to Roy's. It seemed right, you know. We were there at the start of things. He then runs back inside, bringing Booster Gold out first after letting him think that Harley Quinn had done it. Harley was next after seeing Booster Gold commit the murders. And then he runs back inside, destroying the sanctuary robots. And he wrote a message on the walls. The Puddlers did it. After it was all done, Wally went back outside and sat on the front porch, head in his hands as tears fell from his eyes. Everything he had done worked. Everyone focused on the message, on the suspects that didn't commit the crime. And he once again looked up at the camera. Despite everything I'd done, I was free. Everything I had done gave me 5 days. 5 days until I would see myself to kill myself. 5 days, Miss Lane, for me to finally tell the truth to the world. And that brings us to the near conclusion of Heroes in Crisis. The big reveal, the big murderer, finally out there. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. We'll be coming back in about 2 to 3 weeks with the conclusion. The comics paced out a little weirdly because they're tying it into the end of Doomsday Clock, which for those of you guys who are wondering, we will begin again real soon. I'm waiting for the finale. If you enjoyed this and you enjoy our audio dramas on video games, comic books, and movies, you enjoy us catching you up on things and me ranting about things, please consider subscribing to the Comicstorian channel, and you can find me on Twitter at Comicstorian. And I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.